Has anything terrible ever happened to you?
What do you want me to say?
You wanted this conversation. You wanted to talk about something that matters. Talk.
My name is LavaeReed, and this is my piece titled "The Rest is for the Crows." So what this is a 14 by 17 inch piece made from charcoal and pastels. Now this is a piece with two figures. One with a woman that appears to be standing like on the top of some sort of building or structure, and she appears to be holding a heart or an organ within her hands, kind of pulling it in closely. And next to her is a crow that's just eyeing that heart, that organ, looking to kind of like take it from her in a sense. And below her in the foreground is a man. This man is illustrated in black and white, but you can see that underneath his skin and everything that it's actually illustrated in color. Now with this man, he has a hole right where his heart should be, and it's just completely hollow. It's empty. There's nothing really inside. And then as you can see with this piece, that this man is also being devoured by crows. Like his flesh is being ripped off of him, and he has more so of like a stoic expression, or as like he doesn't feel any pain, or is like emotionless. Or perhaps because he doesn't have his heart within him. So as you can kind of put two and two together, the woman above, standing on the structure, she's holding the heart of the man, and the man is just below, kind of accepting his fate, if you will. I made this piece for many reasons, and the man in this piece is actually me. So like this is a very personal piece to me. This is something I actually made like about a year ago, towards the end of like 2024. Yeah, I made this a little while ago. I just suck at posting videos, I made this piece to kind of signify the end of my relationship with possibly, I guess you could say, like the love of my life, right? I made this piece more so as a message, like, she will forever have possession over my heart, and like my heart truly belongs to her, because in my mind that was truly my one person. That was my bone of bone, my flesh of flesh, and that's like the one thing I always wanted her to have. Like if nothing else, I wanted to entrust my heart over to her, and then the rest of me, everything else that's left, that can go to the crows. It can be fed to the dogs. Now there's like a lot of symbolism behind this, because I've been kind of studying the Bible for like the past couple years and so, and throughout the Old Testament, there's parts where God is talking about how your certain sins will kind of lead you down this path to where your flesh will be fed to the crows, and your blood will be licked up by the dogs of the land. And this was like more so as a threat to, I believe, Saul, right? But he goes on to make this statement many times throughout the Old Testament, and that's something I kind of incorporated here, because the reason why this whole relationship ended is ultimately because of me. I mean, if you would ask her, she would also say that it's like both of us had a hand in the end of this relationship, but I ultimately put it on myself. I do like a lot of self-reflection, and I definitely want to be like more so accountable for my mistakes, because that's all I really can do, really. So it's because of my sins and because of my part in the downfall of our relationship is why I am giving my body up to be fed to the crows, and giving my blood up to be licked up by the dogs of the land, to allowing myself to go through the most unbearable and excruciating, painful, like just egregious death. Because what is it that I really have left without a heart? The most important part about me, I gave to her. Now, this relationship was kind of all over the place, and as I had a lot of time to like think and reflect, there's so many things that I kind of learned about myself and just learned about the overall situation. Really, when I made this piece is because I had came to a decision, or not really me, but I left it up to God, because I prayed. There was just so much happening, but then I kind of just realized that no matter whatever it is that she's looking for, it's just not me. And it made me realize that it was never going to be me. Just to give you a little insight about this relationship, we got together like back in 2018, and then that relationship ended for about 2 years, so that ended in 2020. She ended up breaking up with me, and for like the next 3 years, I kind of just pursued her, trying to get her back for all that time. It was kind of like an on and off thing. Like, she went on to pursue other relationships. And when she was in those relationships, I said, okay, well, maybe I just need to move on. But I never fully could move on. I always try to get her back in some way, just kind of just show her that I'm the one for her, and that we're made for each other in a sense. It wasn't until the end of 2024 is when I came to the realization that it just wasn't ever going to be me, because a lot of stuff happened. I don't need to go into like too much detail, because at the end of the day, this is not just my business, it's also her business too. When I kind of realized that, I had prayed to God, and I asked, if I'm not the one that's meant for her, then remove me from her life, so that she can make room for the one who is. And I also prayed that, if she's not the one for me, remove her from my life so that I can have room for the one who is. But even after I prayed, I had made that prayer, I thought to myself, it's just like, nah, because that really was my person. So do I really want to kind of go through this all again? Try to give my heart to somebody else, and I really didn't want to do that. I still don't want to do that. I'm struggling out here. I'm having such a difficult time. And then after that night, we just never spoke again. I mean, we've talked every now and then, but it was just like really short conversations. But I think we were both completely removed from each other's lives, because I left it up to God, and God handled it. And this was not something that was easy for me to kind of get over. Throughout the past year, I've been kind of going back and forth with myself, like just never want to be in a relationship again. It's just like, when I think about her now, or just the overall situation in our relationship, I really don't feel too bad now. Like I'm not upset or anything, or I don't have any kind of like strong emotions stirring up inside me or anything. I'm pretty much over it. But yeah, I do think about like, what we used to have and why everything kind of ended up this way. I think for the longest time I held like a lot of resentment in my heart, because I couldn't understand. I was never able to understand. I think I talked about this in previous videos about like how people say certain things to me, but then turn around and do the complete opposite. That's something I was never able to understand. To be told that, you're the one I'm going to marry, I'm about to give you the best years of your life, to make all these, I guess you could say promises, but just to tell me these things, but then literally the next day, not even 24 hours, talking about how you're never going to get married, or they're actually trying to get back with one of their exes or whatever the case may be. It's just stuff like that I could not possibly wrap my head around, because I don't like thinking that people just don't mean what they say, because who am I to say that somebody's lying and everything? I don't like thinking like that. So, and because of that, I'm trying to wrap my head around, like, how can you say this, but then not actively do the things that you just said to me. This is such a personal piece that I have not tried to promote this piece in any way to try to sell it or anything, because, you know, it's really just something I've been trying to keep for myself, and as it's like a pretty big piece in my life where I just decided, like, hey, I'm not going to pursue her anymore, I'm not trying to get her back and then permanently go our separate ways. This was such an important moment for me that I just I keep this piece with me. So as a viewer looking at this piece, if there's anything that they can kind of take away from this, I don't know what more somebody could take away from this. Like, it wasn't really meant for anybody else. But I would like for people to kind of take a second to think about how they view relationships and how important love is, because, you know, shit is just weird out here. Like, the mindsets of people, and when it comes to love, and I'm not even going to get into that. That could be a different video, but really I don't like talking about that anymore. Kind of like, you know, it is what it is. This is by all means not my favorite piece, but it's a piece that means a whole lot to me. I don't think I had too much else to say about this piece. It's much like our relationship, this is kind of something of the past. And perhaps it should be left there. Well, I appreciate it if you took the time to actually watch this video. I suppose I'm interested to hear you guys' thoughts, but I don't know. I just appreciate y'all for allowing me to, like, kind of be able to share my thoughts and take the time to be, like, you know, kind of vulnerable, especially on a public platform. Maybe someday this will come back and bite me in the ass. I don't know. I will catch y'all in the next video.